हम तो महाराष्ट्र के पुत्र है, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के उनके चेले हैं बहुत बड़े. माई माइंड वॉज वेरी फिक्स, लाइक फौज में जाना है, आतंकवादी मारना है, गैलेंट्री अवार्ड्स मिलाना है. इट साउंड्स टू गुड, लाइक मूवीज में आप देखते हो टटाटक गोली चल रहा है, यू आर डूइंग हीरोइज्म जिंगोइज्म. इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे. देखिए, राइफल शूटिंग करना, हॉर्स राइडिंग करना, परेड करना, यूनिफॉर्म करना और यस सर नो सर बनना मतलब फौज में ऑफिसर बनना नहीं. आई सी लॉट ऑफ students, going for cut short courses of 5 days crash course. It doesn't happen that way. Immediately after 10, if you are really serious to join armed forces or you want to start your career, you need to develop those officer-like qualities. You need to grow under certain mentor. When we talk about Deshbhakti or discipline, it should not be restricted only and only to the uniform. आज अगर एक ओला ड्राइवर भी गाड़ी चला रहा है एंड ही डज इट विद इंटीग्रिटी, आप टाइम पे आपका फ्लाइट पकड़ सकते हैं. एब्सोल्युटली. लेट अस टेक लेटेस्ट हीरो इन द ट्रेन, मिस्टर तुकाराम मुंडे. व्हाट इज डूइंग एक्सीलेंट जॉब, बट ही इज डूइंग दैट जॉब विद इंटीग्रिटी एंड दैट इज व्हाट माय विजन इज दैट.
So Shatrujit Academy helps to nurture them.
Yes.
नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब. आज हमारे बीच हैं कैप्टन चंद्रशेखर वारलकर. ही सर्व्ड आर्मी टिल 2005. आज हम उनसे बात करेंगे उनकी जर्नी आर्मी को लेकर, और आर्मी को लेकर एक विजन हमारे जनरेशन के लिए, जिसको हम जेनजी बुलाते हैं. सर नमस्कार.
नमस्कार और धन्यवाद आपने मुझे इस पॉडकास्ट पे आमंत्रित करने के लिए. एंड hope this is going to be a hilarious and exciting podcast for not only for us, for the viewers who are going to watch us.
Definitely sir, it's going to be. Off camera हमने बहुत सारी बातें करी. अब on camera हम आपसे connect कर रहे हैं. So जैसे हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे सर, और I really wanted to understand कि आपकी जर्नी मराठा रेजिमेंट के साथ कैसी रही?
Well, it's a very interesting story. I joined Officers Training Academy in 1999, Chennai. It's one of the world's toughest training academy, and what makes it tougher is the duration and also the weather. NDA 3 साल, IMA 1.5 years, and then OTMA you had to cover. During our time, it was almost 10 to 11 months. So the weather makes it more tough. So luckily, I was coming from a military college, 3 years, a lot of ragda. Before joining army, I was national gold medalist in rifle shooting, also a record holder in obstacles. So for me, it was like a kind of a cakewalk, the training, and was topper in everything. So when it was time of getting commissioned, 15 days prior, they ask you, okay, what regiment you want to join. So my mind was very fixed, like फौज में जाना है, आतंकवादी मारना है, गैलेंट्री अवार्ड्स मिलाना है, and I was looking for something, action, देश के लिए, because I was very much inspired by the movies Hakikat. When I saw this in 4th standard, and in 8th standard I saw the movie Prahar by Nana Patekar. So I saw that strict Major Chauhan of Prahar movie, that commandos, operations, and that vision was imbibed in my mind कि ये life जीनी है. And that's how I wanted to join special forces. However, फौज में ऐसे रहता है कि there is something known as PC, parental claim आता है. तो I got the information के जो five पैराज में मुझे जो जाना था, वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी मेरे कोर्समेट्स का parental claim आ रखा था. So I thought के so since in NCC, when I was in NCC, I was deeply inspired by my staff who was from Maratha Light Infantry. So it was a very interesting. So when we were filling up the form, our adjutant that time, Major Robin Fernandez, very strict guy. So everybody was, afraid of him. So I straight away went to him and asked him, "Sir, which is your platoon? I just want to join your platoon." So he just gave me a look. Come and meet me tomorrow. The first thing I observed that, okay, let me look at my dress. Kuch problem to nahi hai, because he was known for EDs, giving EDs punishment, all those things. But since I was coming from a military college background, NCC and all those things, so my dress was always spick and span, always up to date. So next day when I was called at the OTA adjutant's office, Uh, I went inside. To cut it short, he asked me a simple question: "What if you don't get Marathas?" See the audacity. My commissioning is just 15 days away from that moment. I said, "Sir, मैं फौज छोड़ दूंगा, मुझे मराठा रेजिमेंट ही ज्वाइन करना है एंड मुझे वो मराठा रेजिमेंट चाहिए जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में है एंड देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इंसर्जेंसी फाइट गोइंग ऑन, टू गो एंड किल द मिलिटेंट्स, वांट टू डू समथिंग फॉर दिस नेशन." Okay, he just gave me a serious look. Okay, let's see. So meanwhile, 5 10 days passed, and then I asked my DS and all those things, क्या हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है thing. And just before the thing was announced in the auditorium, that is called Chanakya Auditorium in Officer Training Academy, adjutant called me. "Nola, welcome to the family. And the formal announcement will be done." I was so happy that I got commissioned into 8 Maratha Light Infantry Regiment. Maratha Regiment, which is the ideal is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Our war cry is Bol Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki jai. I got commissioned into that regiment, which is India's first light infantry. But I was very, very happy for that.
One part is the wish which you kept in front of the seniors in the academy, when you was interviewed. But how did it nurture in you? What made you that to आपको army ही join करनी है, and how tough the training was?
Well, the credit goes to my mother and obviously our generation. My grandfather was with Indian Navy, obviously naval civilian, but the spirit of leadership, teamwork, and serving the nation was always there in our genes. And from that grandfather, it passed to my mother. And mother, since childhood, she was very much focused that a child must be strong in education, extracurricular activities, socialization, and ethical values. Fourth standard, the first exposure for the army was she made me see the movie Hakikat of Dharmendra. So fourth standard, I had kind of understanding. Oh, this is Forge, and this is something which I like. However, in eighth standard, I happened to see the movie Prahar, and that time it was a clear cut goal realization. Okay, yes, I want to join Indian Army. I want to be something like this Major Chauhan, commando instructor, killing militants, training tough, ethically strong, and serving the nation. So this was the kind of visualization. Obviously, I give my special thanks to my school, my college. After 10th, I joined the military college, where 3 years of tough training, because I was quite young that time, like 16 and a half to 17. And those 3 years of foundation, right from horse riding to doing parades. I was pilot to DG NCC, deputy director NCC, foreign minister Jaswant Singh, and all those things. Under such circumstances, what we have understood that we have lived those lives for 3 years, a 24 into 7 Fauji life. Uh, that made me understood that this is the kind of lifestyle I like to live throughout my life. Obviously, the preparation in the military college was more towards the physical. After 3 years, I shifted to the civil colleges, and the max focus was building the foundation. I cleared my combined defense services examination on my own preparation, and for SSB, Captain Vanjari is no more. I undertook training with him, and it was very helpful for me. Uh, where my original wish, visualization, and execution, obviously, 1% luck matters, and that helped me to achieve my goal. So, I always tell my students that fortune favors a prepared mind.
Fortune favors a prepared mind. I think in army, which is like very tough. अगर मुझे आप पूछोगे तो मैंने कभी भी ड्रीम नहीं किया आर्मी में जाने का, बट माई फैमिली हैज बीन माई हिस्ट्री ऑफ my dad has been in army, then he shifted his base from army to government services, SSC services. However, the environment, the discipline was there in the house. So I think that was your base. The discipline in the house made you to dream and to visualize of being in the army. So where was your first posting, sir, when you went into the Maratha Infantry Regiment?
Well, as going
Regiment.
ahead with the line of fortune favors a prepared mind, the aim was very clear. I'm not donning the uniform just to go and do some, job in office or peace station. I wanted to see action, and obviously, the visualization, like going into action, killing militants, securing our nation from, anti-national elements and all those things. And then fortune was very, very much on my side. I got commissioned into 8 Maratha Light Infantry, which was that time in Operation Rhino 2, Northeast. I will not obviously go into the detail, the location and all those things, but we were in the thick bed of militancy height. That was the peak period of militancy. And due to my physical fitness record, before you get, inducted directly into operation, you have always been sent for some kind of specialized counter-insurgency training. So I had gone for 1 month specialized training, and I came first overall in the
Wow.
physicals, rifle shooting, and overall stood first. I still have that photograph. That is very nostalgic kind of moment in my life. So the day when I came, from a gentleman cadet, you have suddenly become an officer, and then next day you are sent for a counter-insurgency training, and then directly you are standing. Adjutant says, now you will be interviewed by the commanding officer, and with me there were two BSF. They come on attachment for 3 months. So we all had gone for the counter insurgency training. Then we met to and these BSF guys. They were tall, 6 feet, plus and all those things. And my CEO sir, that time Colonel Rajeshwar Singh, he retired as a Major General, tall guy, sitting. So we were made to stand, and since it's a counter-insurgency, what matters is your physical robustness, your professionalism, your command over men, and your rifle operations. How do you do that? The first question he asked, okay, what happened to the BPT? BPT is a kind of a run, 5 kilometer run, where you have to run with all that rifle pouches, battle gears.
And what is the approximate weight of it?
It comes around not more than 7 to 8 kgs. But the run is in thoda sa, it's not a kind of a normal road run. It's into kind of cross country. You're doing with all the battle gears and 5 kilometers, and there is a time fixed for it. Then that time you have to come.
Approximately 8 kilo का weight आपको लेकर दौड़ना
Yes,
है
yes.
और वो
With the
भी
rifles,
with
your
the
AK-47,
everything
your
is there.
pouches, 4
and
magazines.
that too in the hilly and upside
Hilly,
down
yeah, yeah.
countryside
Yes,
area,
yes, yes.
countryside
Yeah.
area.
So it was very demanding, but I enjoyed that. Since from day one, I never felt that I'm doing a naukri or a job. I love that thing. So the first question comes like, okay, what was your performance in BPT? So obviously they were seniors; they were first to answer. I was the last 5.5 some, and they were 6 feet. So the first guy says, "Sir, manage to clear in satisfactory." Another was satisfactory. So he had that different expression. "Yeah, ये तो गया होगा." So what about you? Well, sir, I stood first in BPT in entire course and super excellent category. Oh, he was zapped by that. Is that so? And he said, "तू घोड़ा है?" I don't know how to react to that thing, but I felt that that first impression, but that impression, what you create, it comes with lot of efforts, dedication, and self motivation. So he was happy with that. The second question comes: what happened with the rifle shooting? They said SAT. So fortunately, I was national gold medalist in rifle shooting before joining army. So obviously, in counter-insurgency also, my score was highest. I topped in that. So overall, it was first. Damn good. There was an evening party that is called dining in. You get commissioned, so you so a lot of rituals. And 2:30 in the night, 25 kilometers from the headquarters, in the anti-mine Caspier vehicle, I was sent. I was made officiating company commander in counter-insurgency from day one. And that is the kind of confidence commanding officer had on me. And that is the confidence a senior leader trust should trust in the junior leadership, give the freedom, the ability to take decision. This is the lesson which I learned from day one. And it also, to all the viewers who are watching it, understand physical limits are no limits until your mind says it.
Correct. True.
So it doesn't matter whether you are 6 feet, 6.5, or whatever height you are. If you are focused on goal that I want to achieve it, if you prepare for it, you will achieve it.
तो सर आपका एज अ फर्स्ट लाइन कमांड ऑफिसर आपकी फीलिंग कैसी थी? बिकॉज व्हेन वी बिकम एन ऑफिसर जिसका आपने ड्रीम किया, आपने हकीकत पिक्चर में अपने आप को एज एन ऑफिसर ड्रीम किया, आपने परहार पिक्चर में अपने आप को एज एन ऑफिसर ड्रीम किया, जो आपकी इंस्पिरेशन मोटिवेशन मूवी रही है, व्हेन यू एक्चुअली इन रियल लाइफ आप एक्चुअली जब कमांड ऑफिसर बने तो आपकी फीलिंग कैसी थी सर?
Well, the feeling was something very full of pride, doing something great for the nation. And the first thing is that duty comes first. The name of the Paltan, the name of the regiment, and the izzat of your Paltan comes first. The men you are commanding, you have to take care. It sounds too good, like movies में आप देखते हो टटाटक गोली चल रहा है, you are doing heroism, jingoism. It doesn't work that way. Understand the transition. के just 1 month ago, I was commissioned. 1 month into counter-insurgency training as an officer, and suddenly you are commanding a company that to counter-insurgency, which is at peak period going on. As a 21-year-old guy, you are responsible for your actions, your planning. The men you are commanding, whatever 100 to 120 men in the counter-insurgency area where you are deployed, आपका एक गलत डिसीजन किसी की जान ले सकता है, अपने जवान की या कोई दूसरे की. याद रखो, वो एक जवान नहीं, उसके साथ पूरी फैमिली अटैच है.
ट्रू.
और उससे भी बड़ी है आपके पलटन की इज्जत और आपकी देश की इज्जत. At that age, I was having 250 villages under my command. Obviously, in counter-insurgency, army supersedes like police and all those things. They are in a support role and all those things. So all the operations you have to plan, you have to give reports, plan in such a way that you are making the villagers feel safe. Because I remember not a single day it went without a bullet being fired. Every day, either there was grenade attacks or some of the other killings, or we are launching operations. So it was something which a young officer wanted. That culmination of entire training. It's not only that OTA training, it was like my 5 years of military college, NCC and all that. This is the time which I was looking for. This is one a Fauji, an officer, is looking for. That is what I got. The first day I remember, I had organized a meeting of all the Gaon Buddhas. Imagine 21-year officer, giving confidence and lecture for the welfare and the security extended by Indian Army, which is deployed there in counter-insurgency, to all the Gaon Buddhas who are at least triple my age, 60 plus, and they are listening to you. Why? Because they respect the uniform, they respect the integrity of our army, they have trust in our organization.
They have faith that army
Yes.
is there.
Yes.
They will be get protected by
Yes.
them.
So this is how we win over, the hearts and minds of, and that this has been, army has been doing, armed forces has been doing for a number of years in not only northeast but in Kashmir and other insurgency area. So that's how we built rapport amongst each other. However, it happened. I like to quote one incident. Young officer ko zyada josh rehta hai. You want something, lot of action. So it's almost like 4-5 months had passed, and then it happened that Alpha company, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. There are a lot of different companies in a infantry unit. So it happened that one fine day, Delta company kills one militant. Okay, that's a good news for the Paltan. Nice. I was Alpha company commander. So Delta company kills the first militant. After a gap of 1 day, Charlie company kills one militant. Very good. After a gap of one day, another militant been killed by Bravo company. So Delta Charlie Bravo has done. Now the Alpha company commander me. And one day has passed and nothing has happened. So commander, brigade commander, he called all the officers for the briefing and all those things. So we all went there. So generally it happens in officer mess and all those things, you know. And I was the youngest to join the Paltan, baby of the battalion. So why seniority wise, like all other were senior officers, they were getting inside. मिस हवलदार स्टॉप मी साहब आपको नहीं अंदर जाने को बोला है वाई आपने मिल्टन नहीं मारा ना I took it as you can understand my feelings, you know, young, full of josh and all those things. I just said this is not done. I took my men, I took my Caspier adjutant को see off किया with formal this thing. Went back 25 kilometers to my Alpha company, and evening I was just thinking, bloody hell, you know, I wanted to, you know, what a young officer requires, you know, and I should quote this or not. I just removed my mustache. मतलब 24 घंटे के अंदर अगर मिल्टन नहीं मारा तो जिंदगी भर मूछ नहीं रखूंगा. Here you see I am having now. What does it mean?
तो आपने मारा होगा 24 घंटे.
So that is another big interesting story. So you know, in that area, you know, a lot of militants used to move around, a lot of operations used to add, but hardcore into was very difficult. My commando course was coming up, and then I love photography and all those things. So where I was posted, the border was hardly 15-20 kilometers from our location.
Which border we are talking about here?
It is in northeast. We will not talk.
We will not talk that specific, but it's somewhere in the north.
Somewhere in the northeast, and then I took my Caspier and obviously 10 to 12 the men with me, along with Subedar Saab. And as we moved 5 kilometers ahead, obviously we had developed a lot of informers for us. So one of the informers said, "Sir, आज movement होने वाला है." So you know, once you are into army, with that service also, you start developing that intuition, that gut feeling. This yes, आज होगा.
So informers, जो हमने pictures में भी देखा है. Again, we'll talk about the films also, and the real hero is here. Informers के साथ आप intuition को भी लेकर चलते हो या you just blindly trust them? I mean, what is the ratio of trust on informers and in your action plan?
See, the trust factor is always there, but then you have to bank on your professional training, the ground realities, and वो एक gut feeling आ जाती है कि yes, at the same time you have to be ready for plan B, plan C, because it is not individual heroism.
Correct.
Because the main you are carrying, you are responsible.
Correct.
So I have the record that during my entire counter insurgency, मेरे कोई भी बंदे को एक सिंगल खरोच गोली लगना तो छोड़ो, एक सिंगल खरोच नहीं आने देने मैंने. You know?
It was being safe, or it was being lucky, or it was well planned. What do you say that?
Well, I attribute this to the military training.
It's well planned.
Well planned. Also, being more responsible towards your men. You know, militant आज का कल मारा जाएगा. मेरा जवान मेरा अपना है, उसकी फैमिली की जिम्मेदारी मेरी है. So you have to be more responsible. So you have to forget your own comfort.
True. Back to the story.
Oh, back to the story. Now the thing is that just we are moving, we got the information and all this thing. So my mind did Maratha light infantry, and हम तो महाराष्ट्र के पुत्र है, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के गुण उनके चेले हैं बहुत बड़े. So Ganimi Kawa and all those things. So that comes very naturally. Yeah. So on the spot, I divided my party into two. So I took 3 or 4 trusted, and we always had one identifier, militant identifier with us. ऐसे जंक्शन आ गया तो जंक्शन से मैंने कैस्फेयर आगे भेज दी कि सुबेदार साहब आप 10 बंदों को लेकर आगे बॉर्डर पे रुक जाइए, विल मैच अप. एंड देन वी टुक अ नाला डिटूर फ्रॉम देयर, एंड नाला से ऊपर नीचे ऐसे जैसे ही जा रहे थे, सो आई वाज लोडेड विद AK-47 एंड ऑल द magazines, bulletproof jacket and all those things, and immediately behind me was my sniper guy, Then that guy who was supposed to identify, because they were trained, the surrender militant with me. And then one point of time, bang on the border, just you may say 2.5 or 3 kilometers, I saw, one of my man, showing a different body language. So before I could correct him, we saw two men coming on cycles. So for us, it's like, yeah, like those militants are not from foreign mercenaries or something. They are from this thing also. So for us, it was normal thing, because they were not like. Then suddenly, my surrendered militant, he identified, he could make out because he was the guy with whom he had trained. Stop! This is the guy. एंड देन वो बॉर्डर मूवी वाला सीन याद करो को यस आज मौका है आज फायर होगा आज एनकाउंटर होगा एंड देन आई एम अ वेरी गुड 100 मीटर डैश रनर आई टेक इट टू माय ईगो मुझे कोई आगे क्रॉस नहीं करना चाहिए एंड ऐसी गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी कौन छोड़ेगा and then I should say that was thoda sa foolish, but the first kill was always the first kill. So removed my bulletproof jacket, started chasing. So me and that surrendered militant with my AK-47 loaded. I was damn confident about my firing and my training and all those things. And almost एक 2-2.5 किलोमीटर चेज होने के बाद I remember one of the surrendered militant, criticizing or pinpointing Indian Army firing was this that because they had not seen like this thing. So the guy was about to cross the border. So here, a junior leadership, your training, your confidence in your own marksmanship, and पलटन में सीओ साहब को मूवी दिखाना है, you have to take a quick decision. And that moment, I realized what will go first, me or my bullet? Obviously, bullet. You're getting my point.
Yes.
So, what is my strength? Because there was a gap of almost 100 to 115 meters between me and the militant. So, what is my strength? My strength is rifle shooting. That moment. So, being from Mumbai, thoda sa filmy, I told that militant, now look at his head. That moment, the militant jumped. I had a fraction of second. So first second, AK-47 उठा रहे, second aim, and third second fire. Tack, the bullet goes from his head and comes out of his eyes. Tack, is gone. वहां पे भी डायलॉग नहीं भूले हम. इसके बाद बोलना नहीं इंडियन आर्मी का फायर कैसा है. You see, and obviously we went where the guy was lying. These typical guys. मरते हुए भी ना, they will do this notorious job. They will sleep with hand grenade. 1 or 2 incident we had. मरते हुए भी they have got that negative mindset. ये ना कि और 10 लोगों को लेके मरेंगे and all those things. So we have to be cautious because that's how we have been trained in counterinsurgency. So we approach the so-called dead body of the militant cautiously. So 3 guys with me. So एक बंदे को LMG पे लगा दिया. You secured that area, and me and that surrendered militant and another buddy of me, we went ahead. So he was lying upside down. So we were fearing that maybe he's sleeping with the hand grenade pin open karke. So I don't want any casualty to happen. And so being an officer, you have to always lead. So you have to be resourceful also. So quickly, I always used to carry a rope with me. So we took out the rope, डाल के पैर में करके उसको बॉडी को टर्न कर दिया. So we could see that bullet आंख से निकल गई है and he was dead, clear dead. But then there are some procedures. You have to submit a body and also place where we are supposed to. It was almost 25 kilometers. My next party was almost 10 kilometers away from it with no radio communication. Now this was again a situation, which as a young officer you have to deal with, So quick decisions you have to take. Inspired by, the training and also by that Predator movie, I took out my kukri, chopped off 2 bamboos immediately, asked 2 of the Jawan to immediately remove the shots. We made a makeshift stretcher, body को उसमें डाल दिए. And since I was not aware of the return route because map वगैरह तो नहीं, हम direct घुस गए थे ऐसे ही, So I asked the surrendered militant to lead. So we come to the main road, and then I was covering with the half naked body with AK-47. That's how we withdrew for 5 kilometers, came on the main road. So keeping the dead body there with the surrendered militant and another chap, I made two guys run up to that point where the second party was there. We got our Caspier, loaded the body, we took to the headquarters. So my, officiating CO Saab, he was just present at that battalion headquarters, and in the office I reported, Jen sir, I got something for you. So I took him out and just that good body. So that's a gift, sir. Because in officiating CEO also getting a kill, and okay, that's the first kill. Baby of the battalion got the first blood. So immediately announced, the party was thrown in the evening. So Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta company, all gathering, in the evening. So being the youngest, so obviously I came first. We were in civil dress and all the thing. Two or three officers were yet to join us. So by the time the officer CEO, that is everything okay, but what happened to your mustache? मतलब सर वो ऐसे ही निकल गई. मतलब बड़ी officiating CEO of the Pulton, I know, but that's the good spirit. So I think as a young officer, you have to be 101% committed towards your mission, and एक बार commitment की तो उसको हासिल करना ही है. As I said, fortune favors a prepared mind. It was an opportunity combined with the professional training and the dedication with so many years of so it God definitely helps you, and that's how I earned my first gallantry award. It was a great for the baby of the battalion, 21 years, so I was recommended for gallantry award. That's how I got this first gallantry, and within 6 months I got two gallantry awards. There are a couple of other operations, more we can share later on.
But that's really great to know that within 6 months of span you were being honored with the gallantry award. I'll go back to the militant story, sir.
Right.
पहला किल पहला ही होता है. बोलते ना, पहला प्यार, पहला मर्डर, पहला ऑपरेशन डॉक्टर के लिए वो हमेशा पहला ही होता है. I'm sorry, I'm being a little filmy on this set, but then वो तो आपने एज अ मिलिट्री ऑफिसर किया, बट एज अ ह्यूमन जब ये सब कुछ आप करके जब आप गए, एक आपका कॉन्शियस आपसे पूछ रहा होगा कि आपने एक इंसान की जान ली. सो व्हाट वाज द थॉट प्रोसेस, व्हाट इमोशंस यू वर रनिंग अराउंड एज अ ह्यूमन, एज एन ऑफिसर यू वर बीन प्रेज्ड, यू वर बीन ऑनर्ड, you yourself was proud of yourself because आपने लिया था कि 24 घंटे में मैं अपनी बटालियन को और अपने देश को सेव करूंगा, प्राउड फील करूंगा. बट सबकॉन्शियसली आपके दिमाग में कहीं तो ऐसा होगा कि
well, I like to cover this. It has got two sides. One being a young officer posted as a company commander, and the background of that, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, briefing and all those things, commitment, all those things. So I was focused on my duty. I did my duty, what I was supposed to do, for the integrity, for the discipline and the duty of my Pulton. शाम वक्त ये सब प्रोसीजर होने के बाद when I returned and I was taking a bath, so the human side will like to say that yes, I killed a militant. Human, certainly not, because anyone thinking against my nation is my enemy.
absolutely.
So they are bound to meet the God, and our duty is to make that meeting arrangement. However, one small thought came to my mind. Yes, I killed a militant, but I was thinking about his mother. A mother didn't produce a militant. So further extending that thought, what might have led to this? Unemployment, lack of opportunities, lack of education, lack of positive thought process, the environment where he said, also at that age when you are getting easy money, easy life, and uncalculated, unchecked power, to rule on everyone. Obviously, this is something wrong.
Brainwashed, basically.
Yeah, so he was basically brainwashed. So I felt sorry for his mother. याद रखो कि I was 21, almost 21 plus. हथियार मेरे पास भी है, जवान हम भी है, हथियार उनके पास भी है, but what makes the difference? I'm fighting for the nation and he's fighting against the nation. So anything against nation, nothing known as human. You're bound to get punished.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's such a wonderful thought कि हथियार दोनों के पास होते हैं, उसका इस्तेमाल किस इंटेंशन से किया जा रहा है वो मैटर करता है. वेरी ब्यूटीफुल थॉट सर. 2005 में ऐसा कुछ हुआ आपके साथ सर कि आप मिलिट्री से सिविल लाइफ में शिफ्ट हो गए?
There is a small background to it. I was cut out for army, military college, NCC, counter-insurgency, then Op Parakram. I had seen a lot of good operations, field life, and eventually I wanted to shift to special forces, and I was preparing for that.
Before we move ahead, ऑप पराक्रम का क्या इंसिडेंट था?
Well, in 2001, there was attack on our Indian Parliament, and there was deployment of Indian armed forces on all the borders. I was doing my VIOs that time. The course was truncated, and within 24-hour notice, we were shifted to. I was shifted to western border where my unit was deployed, and again, luckily, I was bang on the border, doing again officiating company commander over a period of time, and lucky enough to get very senior officers over a period of time who became my company commanders. Eventually, he commanded the infantry battalion. He was PRO also to General of Indian Army. A lot of good learning from him. I give my special thanks to Colonel Vivek Chadda from my Paltan. It was like kind of a good lesson experience from counter-insurgency to conventional, army, where you are doing a lot of patrolling, you are doing zero-line patrolling, you are seeing the enemy face to face, just 100 meters, a lot of joint patrolling along with the BSF. From the jungle training, suddenly you are operating in 45-degree, Registan, having few tanks, you're riding that also, and day-night operations. So it was a quite different experience for us.
But then in 2005, your entire life shifted to a civil life. From army life, to be more precise, to civil life. There was a 360-degree change. ऐसा क्या इंसिडेंट हुआ सर आपकी लाइफ में?
Parakram went very well, and then when it ended, we slowly shifted to the peace location, and I was leading the brigade level rifle shooting competition. We were doing exceedingly well, and one fine day, suddenly I realized that while doing the trigger operation, I was having a lot of swelling in my limbs. I have caught a deadly autoimmune disease, that is severe acute rheumatoid arthritis. And then last moment I had to decide that no, let me call it quits. Maybe this is God's decision. In the hospital, I did my MBA also, while because I need to be productive. Because I come from a very humble background. My mother is a teacher, and I had to sustain all those things. But 2005, I had to come out of army, and I took some few corporate jobs, but my health again was not like completely all okay. Even after leaving army, maybe another 10 years were quite troublesome and painful for me. But life in Mumbai teaches you a lot. Uh, it gives you a lot of hope. As in army, what we have learned, in minimum resources, you have to give the maximum output. Second thing, I still remember one of the poem always quoted by Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, written by हरिवंश राय बच्चन के अगर मेरी मर्जी का हुआ तो अच्छा है, लेकिन अगर भगवान की मर्जी का हुआ तो और भी अच्छा है. So I went ahead with that philosophy. I rose up to the rank of vice president. I have raised 3 companies. Right from AK-47 to corporate world, जो corporate का C नहीं मालूम था, becoming a vice president, and this was a very good exposure. Understood the principles of management, how the life in corporate works, like team management, motivation, because the scenario, the dynamics everything changes. Here in army, you have everything organized, but still there are challenging situation. Here, it is something where you need a different kind of motivation. Then there are different kind of challenges. Mumbai is fast, where just like in army, what you see, okay, a split of second, things can go, different way. So here, the business dynamics are different because as you are into the senior management, you learn how things strategically works, how your tactical movements also impact the business at a greater level. So till 2009-10, I rose up to the rank of vice president. But somehow the inner Fauji wanted something more challenging, and that's how I was selected as a special consultant for one of India's glorious and the biggest marathon. That time it was called Standard Chartered Marathon, Mumbai. I'm thankful to Procam, Mr. Vivek Singh, and my mentor, Mr. Paresh, also, who gave me the opportunity. So this is the exactly scenario which I enjoyed in army. Day one I was doing officer company commander, and here day one I was heading Mumbai Marathon. So the operations, the security part, celebrity management, on the event day, 40,000 runners, 80 countries live telecast going, and one small mistake. So मेरे देश की इज्जत का सवाल है. And I must work. So I used to stay in Mumbai only, ground के नजदीकी. Obviously, the company used to organize our stay. For 15 days, I used to stay there, briefing 1,500 policemen, including all IPS, inspector, sub-inspector, and 1,500 policemen. Because Mumbai Marathon starts from the main Central Maidan and Bandra also. So controlling all this thing was, this is where army helped me, because there is something known as CASO operation, cordon and search operation. So those principles were inculcated, and I was bachelor, so obviously they wanted a guy who was good in planning on papers. At the same time, briefing the celebrities, because that gave me exposure, briefing celebrities like Mr. Anand Mahindra, Mr. Anil Ambani, and a lot of big celebrities, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, Bipasa Basu, John Abraham is a thorough gentleman. I enjoyed working, and the exposure I got, international events. You see this batch. So we India got Olympic torch from Greece. So I was one of the team member who coordinated all this thing. So it was memorable incident of my life. So आप हमेशा याद रखिए कि you may think something, but God has some bigger plan.
Bigger plans for you.
Bigger plans.
Certainly. So Army 2005 में you have to just come one step behind because of your health. But वो आपसे कभी छूटा नहीं, because you leave army, breathe army, and a shift happened. You take a bigger shift, and the Shatrujit Academy.
Yes.
How Shatrujit Academy happened?
Well, while doing these international events, I was part of organizing team at GSP, which is the richest Ganpati Mandal. So
Based out of Chembur or China? Chembur, I believe. GSP.
Vadala, Chembur.
Vadala Chembur.
So
GSP.
my task was to look after the management, the crowd management, the celebrity management, and all those things. So I take pride in that my army discipline, my army training helped me, and eventually all the devotees who came, because there are a number of incidents happening, at such crowded place. We won first prize in entire Mumbai for 3 consecutive years, the most secured and most organized Ganpati Mandal.
Wow.
So the credit also goes to the guy who had trust in me that I could do it, my team members, and obviously Ganpati Bappa, GSB. So while doing this, there was one cadet who approached me, okay, sir, I want to join ND, I'm preparing for it. Would you like to help me? So, typical being a Fauji, life doesn't come that easy. So I tested him, and twice I rejected his appeal deliberately. I wanted to see, इसमें fire कितना है. But third time he came, नहीं sir, मुझे आपसे ही सीखना है. Because he saw me, operating and all those things. And I tell you, and there was no looking back. Next 6 months, I made him sit in my office, being a vice president. Like, I don't know, like this is how correct it was, but my heart said that I need to help this guy. Uh, Referring back to that incident of Milton killing, okay, when God is giving me an opportunity to guide youth
Absolutely.
in the right direction, let me grab this. And ये भगवान के सामने हो रहा है, जीएसपी गणपति के सामने हो रहा है, ये उनकी मर्जी है. Let me do this. 6 months thorough training, and first attempt he cleared. He secured All India fourth rank in merit. He is now Lieutenant Colonel.
Colonel.
Atmaj Kumar Bhatt.
Atmaj Kumar Bhatt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but then the vice president sitting in the classroom and office was I was looking for something better challenges, and that's how this was a hint. And I shunted my. I was newly just married, just 6 months, and I told my wife, I think I must go with this. And she also agreed. She understood my zeal. And last 20 years, I'm coaching grooming. Coaching is the wrong word, but grooming students to become Army, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard officers. My first student is a colonel now, and more than 300 students are officers. The latest addition is my student from Mumbai. He's a Gujarati, and first attempt he became helicopter pilot, and
Wow.
he is contributing very well. He's doing very well in Indian Air Force, and a lot of let me tell you, a lot of lady cadets have become officers. Some of them have commanded the parade at Rajpath. Some have been chosen as brand ambassador for women empowerment in Indian Armed Forces. They are. Let me quote one example. One of my first girl lady student who is a squadron leader now. It was my dream to have para wings. So I just expressed my wish. Would you like to do para? So just for that commitment, she did that para jump and sent a video to me.
Wow.
And I tell you, squadron leader Ria, she has done the jumps, then underwater training, and so many other activities. So that is the commitment level this generation. So if you channelize them in the right direction, but a person who has undergone through that pain, the difficulty, he realizes the value, and the person who is going to receive must have a clear cut understanding okay, what is the goal of your life.
So that's what I was trying to understand that in your experience, you have seen the
Yes.
generation of your era, then 2000 millennials, which we call. There is something Gen Z they are calling, I don't know why they are tagging them. अरे यार ये तो Gen Z है, ये तो ये है. So when such students or when such cadets come to you, so do you find the difference in them? Are they motivated enough, or they just come for the fun and they just approach you like कि चलो यार military भी try कर लेते हैं करके? How's your experience working with this generation or making them capable? वो देशभक्ति बोलते हैं ना, जैसे आपके अंदर एक देशभक्ति अभी भी I can feel that कि how much you are dedicated towards your nation. कि आर्मी से अलग होने के बाद भी आपने देश के लिए और आर्मी के लिए अपने आप को समर्पित करके रखा हुआ है. So do you find that motivation and that fire in this generation also?
I like to quote that see, nature has its own way of renewing the world, generation to generation. So we will not call ourselves very old. We are still young and happy.
Absolutely.
Gen Z tagging someone into particular sector or something. It's not. It's like upcoming generation. What they have is good information, smart technologies. What I would like them to take up as that currently they are overloaded with a lot of information. Okay.
True.
Second thing, see, passion is something like running in dark if you do not have direction. So my task as a vision is to show them the light, which I am doing for last 20 years. More than 1.5 lakh students I have guided through my seminar in Mumbai, Thane, Nasik, Raigad, and various other districts. an opportunity if given to the youth at the right time, right age, and right information. Let me tell you, when we talk about Deshbhakti or discipline, it should not be restricted only and only to the uniform.
Hmm.
आज अगर एक ओला ड्राइवर भी गाड़ी चला रहा है एंड ही डज इट विद इंटीग्रिटी, आप टाइम पे आपका फ्लाइट पकड़ सकते हैं.
Absolutely.
लेट अस टेक latest hero in the trend, Mr. Tukaram Munde.
हाँ.
What is doing? Excellent job.
Excellent
But
job.
he is doing that job with integrity. And that is what my vision is, that okay, I cannot change the entire world. I cannot change the entire India. मेरे जितनी काबिलियत है, अगर मेरे से इंडिया का 1% पॉपुलेशन भी अगर मैं एक डिसिप्लिन इंटीग्रिटी वाला towards dedication and productive for the benefit of the nation, I'll be more than happy.
So Shatrujit Academy helps to nurture them.
Yes, yes. So it cannot be categorized purely for, yes, we are the only academy in entire India which is purely focusing for NDA, CDS, FCAT, SSB, officers category only. We do not dilute it with integrity course and railway, bank, UPSC, all this something. Talati at a fighter pilot has having same IQ level?
No.
Their requirement, their aptitude is different. So understand that there should be no dilution in the training. Focus approach. You don't have to prepare for 2 to 3 years. 6 months of dedicated preparation and then you become an officer. So the seed of Shatrujit Academy started somewhere in 2005 when the fire of serving the nation. But now I was without uniform, but I wanted to see, just like in Praha, you see guy coming out of army, then he is nurturing the grooming, young kids. So that fire was always there. So this started. Over a period of time, so many officers and those who have not joined forces, they are doing excellent. They are settled abroad, also in India, and they keep on calling, "Yes, sir, whatever we are today because of the grooming work." So when it comes to armed forces, I feel that today's information about the competitive exam like NDA, CDS, FCAT, or SSB, you really don't have to slog too much. Also, it is not a cut short formula where just for 10-15 days you do some short crash course. You need to develop those officer like qualities. You need to grow under certain mentor, and for that also you don't have to go and join some 2 years course, or no. The generation is smart. You have to just channelize them in the right direction where they achieve the goal. So 6 months of a dedicated course is more than enough, and yes, they become officer. The latest example, in last 1 month we had 12 selections.
Wow.
Out of that, one lady, she's a London reader, she was with us for only 1 month. 1 month SSB training, and yes, she has cleared in first attempt. Another guy from Uttarakhand, he joined us. 1 month of training, he has become officer. So that is what is required. Zeal, passion, जनरेशन में है वो हमेशा जो यंग जनरेशन में रहेगा. What is required is you have to develop the skill set exactly required to clear that. देखिए, राइफल शूटिंग करना, हॉर्स राइडिंग करना, परेड करना, यूनिफॉर्म करना और यस सर नो सर बनना मतलब फौज में ऑफिसर बनना नहीं. You need to clear the SSB, and to clear the SSB, you need to develop Manasa, Vacha, Karma, and the 15 different type of tests, psychological tests, GTO tasks, interviews. What you need to speak, how you need to project your natural, it cannot be copied. I see a lot of students, going for cut short courses, 5 days crash course. It doesn't happen that way. So you need to nurture, you need to groom and get trained by the guy who is not doing just for money but have passion. And my vision is very clear. Even 1% population, if it is trained and groomed, they join uniform forces, fine. Even if they become good citizens of India, that is more than enough.
So Shatrujit Academy's mission and motive is to groom a citizen,
Yes.
be it in the uniform
Yes.
or as a civilian.
Yes, yes.
So what is the criteria or the process to get trained under Shatrujit Academy, sir?
Well, it is broadly divided into 3 sectors. First is that the pipeline. Your grooming, as I said, I got inspired in 8th standard, 4th standard. The inspiration also requires preparation. So let us say in Shatrujit Academy, we have students as early as fifth standard. They are
Okay.
coming to us. What is required is they don't have to by heart, all what is rote learning that is done in today's schools. The qualities, your mannerism, your approach, your problem solving attitude, your teamwork, your ability to adjust with situation. That is what we teach. So that is more important. So this is one category. Another is immediately after 10th. If you are really serious to join armed forces or you want to start your career, just imagine a person of 16 and a half to 19 and a half is the joining age for NDA. You're starting your career. And I see a lot of students, they are directionless. पहले 10th करके देखते हैं, they get 95%. Come on, you got gold mine with you. What you are doing of it? What is the goal of your life? When I do counseling, and they are clueless. नहीं देखते, पापा ने बोला है, मम्मी ने बोला है, let's do first 12th and join JE or do engineering. Degree doesn't give you success in life. Degree is just one of the pillar. You need to develop aptitude, but for that, why you require degree? That why is a big question. So you should be absolutely clear from day one why you are doing this. I have seen people doing, slogging day and night, sacrificing their youth, their childhood, and then they earning the degree. And now what? 75% of my students are engineers. When I ask them, they have joined some corporate because they come from lower middle class. They have joined some big companies and all those things. As a counseling, the first question is, how much do you earn? So they proudly says, I'm earning 3.2 lakh. So I ask them, is it yearly or monthly? This is change in your facial expression. So I see a lot of students, they are not happy in the profile because what they learn as an engineer or in that particular MBA for 4 years, they are working something on different tangent. Also, the Times of India, 6 months ago, there was, I think, 62% of the graduates or the engineering graduates they pass out, they lack the skills to be employed. So I do not see as an unemployment issue here. It is the disconnect between the goal, the requirement, the aptitude. Your choice of career should not be because mom said, dad said, or peer pressure. Decide what you want to be. Beside deciding, you may be at a very nascent or young age where you're not. Ask the experts.
True.
And our philosophy is very clear. If a guy is not having the aptitude for joining NDA, CDS, I'm a trained career counselor. We also tell, guy, you are fit for this particular career, but you may go to any career. You need to develop a positive attitude.
सर, तो शत्रुजीत एकेडमी जो एक प्रेस्टीज एकेडमी है थाना में, बेस्ड ऑफ सबअब पार्ट ऑफ मुंबई, उसका पार्ट बनने के लिए व्हाट आर द 3 मेन क्राइटेरियाज?
Well, the name itself says Shatrujit, and I took this name from my liking of special forces.
Okay.
So, उनका जो tagline है Shatrujit, and obviously it goes with my name Shatrujit. शंकर भगवान का नाम है, मेरा नाम भी चंद्रशेखर है. So it gelled up, God sent, this thing. So what is special forces? Like with all this due respect to all the arms and services, special forces, I have got special, place in my mind, my heart. It was always I wanted to become special forces officer. So they are one of the best. And just like they are one of the best, my Shatrujit Academy is the best in India. I can vouch for it because the first criteria is that we do not enroll anybody by force or forcibly pushed by their parents. So the willingness to join the forces should be within that candidate.
So the first criteria is the willingness of the of the candidate himself or herself.
Yes, yes.
Second
thing is that do not see it as a job or a shortcut to achieve your monetary dreams. Today the forces, the lifestyle, the overall facilities, the exposure, the education, the retirement, and overall, if you see the environment, it's still the best and will always remain in the best. To be the best there, you need to be the best. So you need to, I will not say sacrifice, it should be your first choice. It should not be like चलो करके देखते हैं, इंजीनियरिंग नहीं तो ये देख लेते हैं, or we have a backup or something. No, it should be your first and the last choice.
And the last criteria?
Lot of factors are influencing today's world. This generation or maybe next 10 generation, there will be always external factors like today's real factors, social media, other conditions, worldwide conditions. They are influencing the mind of female. Under such circumstances, our previous generation, they had their own challenges. Under such circumstances, we as a nation, we must stand. We must stand as number one in entire world. So when we talk about being the leader, the next superpower of India, what is your role in making India superpower in your own capacity? So if you have that zeal, yes, you are most welcome to Shatrujit Academy.
Amazing. So what I understand is that academics might be one of the part, but this three motivation
Yes.
or self-centered things as an individual needs, or spark as an
Yes.
individual needs to be there. Beautiful, sir. Beautifully defined. Now we are at the end of the podcast, and I have few questions for you. So सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन, आपका सबसे यंगेस्ट स्टूडेंट कौन सा रहा कैडेट, और सबसे ओल्डेस्ट कैडेट कौन सा रहा है?
Well, the youngest cadet is somewhere around 4 years old child, and how it happens? Okay, I am mentor to all the students, irrespective of whatever age they are. If you are willing to learn whatever I have learned from my military college, NCC, and army days, the senior officers under whom I got trained, the circumstances, the experiences of life, and if I am able to contribute in making you successful, all the age criteria is immaterial. Like, you are most welcome.
I will try, sir. So ये जो 4 year old वाला है, so does he really come to your institute and how you
Yeah, like weekends we generally have different kind of programs.
physical activities for them?
Not everybody has the aptitude to become officer, but everybody, God has designed that you are born as a positive person.
Wow.
We just sharpen those skills, we nurture. Ours is not a coaching academy, it's a grooming academy.
Grooming attire.
So you have spark, yes, we give you an opportunity, channelize that and become a contributor for making this India as great nation.
Amazing. And the young and the oldest one?
Well, oldest is up to I had doctors who as old as 40 years old.
Oh.
But then when I do a lot of off-roading and all those things, so whenever I meet the guys who are 60 plus coming with their gypsies, Thars and Pajeros, and they are expert in their own field. So I believe when they have that ability to learn at least one good thing from me, even that person is my student. And I always believe there are only two type of people in this world. It is not rich or poor. It is only two things, that is leaders or followers. So if you want to become a good leader, first you need to become a good follower.
Amazing. Best advice for a 16-year-old?
Have a clear-cut understanding what do you want to achieve, what is the goal of your life. Everything becomes absolutely clear.
One book every leader should read.
Well, I was deeply inspired when I was hospitalized for 2 years. That spark, that vision which gave me was the only book written by Captain Gopinath, Simply Fly, one of the finest book I have read, and I recommend that book. Everybody must read.
The most misunderstood thing about the services?
I do not think that Indian Armed Forces is any time misunderstood. In fact, it's other way that uh, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Gujarat to Manipur, wherever you go, whenever army officer, armed forces officer, they move out, the civilian will salute. The first line they always say that, "Sir, आपकी वजह से हम हैं." That it itself speaks volume about the organization.
True.
So it is always a good thing about the institution.
Amazing. So here was Captain Chandrashekar. We got lot of inspiring stories. वो stories जो उन्होंने खुद जी है और लिखी है, और उन्होंने शत्रुजीत जो एकेडमी है इसलिए बिल्ड करी है कि वही स्टोरीज आप अपने लिए भी लिख सके और उसको जी सके. Signing off, Namrata Rohit Sharma. and stay tuned for more such beautiful stories. Do not forget to subscribe our channel and our podcast. Signing off. Thank you.